have you been writing songs yourself?
I have to remember how old I am now. A long time. I've been writing songs for a good 20 odd years, possibly a bit longer, but the ones I wrote before I started, you kind of get that first one when you think, hold on a minute, this is okay.
Yeah.
The previous ones were utter rubbish. So, you know. Yeah, probably about 20 odd years.
So what were your sort of inspirations for either writing or just getting involved with music in the first place?
Initially, I imagine, I think when I was at school, I liked the fact that everyone who could play the piano really well got a lot of attention. I think it was quite simple.
Yeah.
It was something like that. It wasn't like artistic integrity or anything like that.
Getting girls.
Yeah, that sort of thing. When you're sort of an awkward 13-year-old, you know, think, well, if I play a bit of Scott Joplin, I might be able to win. You never know. So yeah, that was the start of the music, I suppose, and then songs just sort of came along naturally. Really, I started out playing bass, I suppose, as well, and then got bored with bass because I carried on playing it, but I thought I'd got to pick up a guitar because I can't write songs on a bass. I know some people can, but it's not for me. So yeah, that's kind of. That's good
because you've I mean the two albums that you've done, you've done both of them with Harvey Summers. I seem to remember.
Yeah, I mixed the second one. I recorded the second one myself with the guys actually, and then took it down for mixing and mastering with Harv. So the third one, I think I'm just going to try and get him to master it, see if I can actually mix it myself. And then the fourth one, maybe I'll do it all.
But I remember the Geography album, which I believe came out, it was about 2006 or something like that.
It was, yeah.
See, I remember that. I had it written down the other day. But you had, I mean, the sort of brief flirtation where that was one of the tracks was played on Radio 2, and that's, I think the track was Sky, and
it was,
singles done, and but it's I suppose it's one of those things that sort of went a bit of a way and then sort of fell down again.
Usual way with the business, isn't it? I mean, if you haven't got a constant kind of media package shoving you up everyone's nose, then really you're not going to get anywhere. It's quite straightforward. It's like that. It doesn't matter how good you are. You know, it's literally you've got to be 60-foot high billboards, posters everywhere, or nobody cares.
Yeah, and you need the money behind you to do it. So where can people buy either of those albums? I presume you could be playing tracks off of those?
Yeah, we can play a couple of tracks off both of those. They are both available on iTunes, finally, because, we do sell them at gigs in hard copy format, but obviously people have to come to the gigs to get them. And then we don't tell anyone where we're gigging, so it's a bit of a mystery.
Well, you can do that in a minute if you want, but I'd certainly recommend them to people because they're two albums that I certainly enjoyed playing over the years. But you also, last year, you had a bit of a sidetrack and you were in a band or a duo called the Ukuleles. Because Ukuleles seem to be making a bit of a comeback as well all over
I think that was part of the deal, It was, I don't mind. I have no integrity, I'll go off and do anything if it's looking like it might.
So it wasn't your idea, it was...
Not initially, I kind of got invited to do it by the guys who were producing the album, and they said, well, you'd be great for it, why don't you do it? And I thought, fair enough, And I figured, anything that gets you as a person higher up the ladder will eventually, hopefully, reflect on what you actually do with the guys and things like that.
Yeah, because, that had a bit of TV exposure and radio exposure and things like that as well.
Yeah. So I should have been wearing like a Logan Wilson band T-shirt or something.
Yeah, it probably wasn't part of the contract.
They wouldn't have let me, no.
So are there any plans to do that, or are you just concentrating on your own stuff now? Or wait for the next phone call, maybe?
Well, yeah, a little bit of that. There is another album in the pipeline, and I'm trying to push it towards sort of doing more originals because I've written quite a raft of songs, sort of uke songs for it, which I'm really hoping we can do. If that all fails and we don't do it, then we'll do a uke album. Why not?
Good
stuff. I'm wasting the songs.
Yeah, excellent. Right, so but now you're going to be playing some of your own songs. We're just going to have a little break and then we come back to you. Good to talk to you, Logan Wilson.
And you, cheers. Some of this fine Carnival FM limited edition beer, which lubricates the throat very well, actually, for all singers out there. If you're struggling. Now, this one's for all the rejected, bullied, generally downtrodden people. They normally turn into musicians. So this one's called All the Losers. First emotion, as I recall, would be crying for something I lacked. But now I see that it's just destiny, 'cause it ain't really changed much since that. Well, you don't wanna hear about my suffering, 'cause you've all got this jinx of your own. See, now I can relate to the things that you hate, and I'm writing to let you all know 'cause we all can recall when they tossed us the ball, how we dropped it and screwed up the game. Always bottom of the list and the last to get kissed, and it's happening all over again. Calling all the losers. You might think you're alone, but you're not. Calling all the losers. 'Cause this world just don't know what it's got. It don't know what it's got. For being cool, there is no solid rule. It's possibly nature, maybe it's nurture, maybe not. What you'd assume would be a quality might turn out to be anything but. You could be good by be a minister. I was saving the world from its sins. What counts was who you were when you were young. That's most likely the place it begins. Oh, I remember how cruel was your first day at school, and they'd already picked out your name. Maybe fatso or four eyes, loser or freak. Well, the names can be changed, but the meaning's the same. All the losers. You might think you're alone, but you're not. Calling all the losers. 'Cause this world just don't know what it's got. It don't know what it's got. No. And that's why socially we're not accepted. Why should all the cool kids get the best of it? There's only so much failure we can stand. Oh, 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 loneliness could be the heart of it. We're gonna start a union and we'll all be a part of it. While the in crowd sleep, we're making plans, yeah. Oh, we're gonna make a new start. Don't wanna be a part of your sick sort of social disdain. We got better things to do and we're bigger than you. And we're not gonna let you control us again, all us losers. You might think you're alone, but you're not. Calling all the losers. 'Cause the world just don't know what it's got. All the losers. You might think you're alone, but you're not. Calling all the losers. 'Cause this world just don't know what it's got. It don't know what it's got. Ta-da! Wow.